Yesod is also we said that Seder has to do with the sefirá of Yesod, foundation, which also is based on the word Sod. That's another reason that Seder is really a mystery. The order can either be an order, the simple order of the like the patriarchs, which is chesed, gvura, tiferet, love, awe, and compassion, which is in modern philosophy it's simply called a thesis, an antithesis, and a synthesis, which is right, left, and middle. Meaning that the beginning is the thesis. What does it mean, a thesis? This is I'm presenting a new idea. I have something to say. The beginning of any process is a new presentation. Just like a person wants to found a business. So he has to, the first thing that you do now is to create a presentation. So if you're working on the presentation, you're in the beginning stage. And spiritually, that presentation is an expression of love. That's what we learn from the correspondence. The next is the antithesis. There's something about the middle stage that it appears to negate the first stage, or to shadow the first stage, just like Isaac appears to have an antithetical attribute in relation to his father. Something different. There's something about passing from the beginning to the middle that on the surface it appears as though you're negating the beginning. You're doing something else, which can be, for many people, can be very confusing. That you begin with a statement of goal, and then you begin something which appears to have a different spirit to it. But only after these two can come a synthesis. That the different spirit is essential for the culmination, the consummation of the objective. Once more, that's just like Abraham and Isaac, which appear to be opposite. But then there's an akedah that they're brought together. And then from Isaac is born Jacob. So once more, I'm not sure, and adding a new thing also has to be understood in depth. But the simplest way to understand how different the middle is from the beginning and also from the end is by contemplating we'll call it the dynamic. This is a dynamic. The dynamic of thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, which is right, left, and middle. And every process has to have all three of those. Is, to translate the words, is submission, separation, and sweetening. SSS. So it's very clear that what does separation mean? What does submission means that I'm low. I'm low and I'm below, and I have to submit myself to that which is above me, which is the supreme force which is above me, is of course God. So I have to bow down to God. Submission. It says that a person cannot begin to pray to God without submission. If you don't submit yourself to God, you can't beseech God in prayer. But then separation means that when, through submission, all of the external strata of the soul are lowered, means all of the not so good about myself is put down through submission. And then the good in myself, the innermost good, is like the Sefer that we said before, the concealed real dimension, which is my point of godliness, becomes revealed. And that revelation of my inner point of godliness is separation. So actually separation and submission are the opposite of one another. Because in a very simple word, submission is how not so good I am, and separation is how good I am. It's a revelation of my good inner side. And then what is sweetening? Sweetening is now taking that energy, that goodness, and being able to permeate it, to radiate it and permeate into reality, also into my not so good side. My nefesh ba'amid, my animal soul. That's more. Submission is it is lowering my animal soul. Separation is revealing my divine soul. Sweetening is now taking that power of the divine soul, and sweetening means rectifying the animal soul, together with external reality. That's a classic example of thesis, and here the antithesis is the good, and the thesis is how not so good I am. That's the thesis. And the antithesis, no, I'm good, the opposite. And the synthesis is, well, if you're so good, let's see what you can do with your not good side, how you can rectify it. That's the synthesis.